like you're being spontaneous. There's no spirit of spontaneity in this country, okay? Like, baby, you have to be like boxed up if you're trying to do like all these like surprise type of thing. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, hi, my name is Cookie and you're welcome to my channel. If this is not your first time seeing me, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for supporting me, and without wasting much of our time, let's get right to the video. In today's video, I decided to sort of like double down on truths that I don't really see people talk about on YouTube here about being an international student, and like things I did not know, I didn't expect to happen to me, and how maybe informing you about it will better prepare you for them when you start experiencing them. Okay, so the first thing on my list is that your friends in school are your friends in school. That's it. Like, your friends in school, their business with you is literally school work. That's it. Like, nobody's texting you to be like, oh hi, how are you, like when it's not a school related thing. That's not true. That's not going to happen. And it was a hard pill for me to swallow, because at first I used to be like text people and be like, oh hi, how are you, you know, it's been a while, you know, blah blah blah, when we don't have any coursework, and the person will reply me coldly or somehowly, like, and I just learned eventually that this person doesn't check up on you. Why are you wasting your time? Why? That's something for you to note. The second thing I have to say to you is about getting a house. Everybody posts how it's difficult to get a house, how you will not see a cheap one, blah 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 blah, and all that good stuff, right? What they don't tell you is that to get that house, you need something called a guarantor. So before you can start paying rent on a monthly basis, be like every month, this month you pay, next month you pay, before you can start paying rent that way, you need somebody called a guarantor that is going to step in, that already lives in the UK, works in the UK, will sign papers with you to say, yeah, you know, I'm this, and the person has to be of a certain tax bracket, right, to be able to be a guarantor to you that is coming. If you're new and you don't know anybody, your best bet is to pay your rent. The best thing for you to do is to pay your rent 6 months up front. That way it sort of like assures the landlord that, you know, you're not a scammer and you're not going to like mess up his establishment or house, something like that. So you pay your rent 6 months up front, and then you can now subsequently start paying month by month, because now you've established a sort of trust between both of you. The third thing on my list is employers will try to cheat you. I know this sounds somehow and like it's maybe a bit controversial, but for me, the first time I came, when I started doing, like, I got a job and I was like doing something really small, the pay was okay, and you know, after I stopped talking with them, they were paying on a weekly basis, because usually they pay wages on a weekly basis here, except it's like an actual like job, then they pay you on a monthly basis, but usually it's on a weekly basis, right? So after I stopped working with them, they were supposed to pay me for the last week that I worked, and then blank, nobody said anything, nobody paid me anything. And I called my friend and I was like, oh, you know, these people are supposed to pay me, but maybe I didn't do enough work, maybe they felt like, you know, I don't deserve to get this pay. And I was really going to be like, okay, no problem, because I was even the only girl in the group, like on my team, I was the only girl there, and the whole company itself, I think I was the only girl that, at least in my group, at least I was sure I was the only girl. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't deserve to get paid, you know, maybe they've just realized, blah blah blah. And my friend was like, are you mad? Are you actually crazy? My friend on Monday sent them an email saying, hello, this was what I worked from this day to this day, like hit them with the facts and like ask them where my money at. Thank God for my friend, because if not, I would have just cried and I would have just maybe forgotten it. I don't think I would have forgotten it, but like at least I would have been a lot less proactive if my friend didn't like ginger me to go after my money. And immediately, I kid you not, immediately I sent that email, it wasn't up to like 2 hours, I got my alert, I got my money. So you need to like wisen up, be your own ginger. Know that like, not because people seem nice or they are smiling at you doesn't mean that they won't try to take you for idiots. They will take you for idiots. Number 4 tip I have is that nobody send you. Nobody send your papa. I'm going to try to find that meme and insert it here, but honestly, nobody has your time. People that you knew previously, like your friends from uni or your friends from like high school, or people in general that you know that have moved before you, they also don't have time. Like nobody has time to come and start. You know how in Nigeria it's like, oh, when my friend moves to a new place, I'll come there and, you know, help them move in, help them settle in, help them do all these things. It's really not the culture here. It's really difficult because by the time you pay for a train ticket, by the time you have to rearrange your work schedule, because you definitely have a schedule. That's going to be my next point anyway, but you definitely have a schedule, and by the time you arrange your very, very structured schedule, you see that you don't even have time to be doing aimless friendships. It's not like friendships are aimless, but you get my point. Number 5 tip I have for you is that you need to plan and organize. Your name is going to be planning and organization, because if you do not organize yourself, if you do not plan your time, a lot of things are going to go wrong in your life. I'm sorry, I just have to say it. A lot of things are going to go wrong. You need to learn to plan yourself, because you cannot just, you know how, maybe I'm going to be saying Nigeria because obviously I'm from Nigeria, but you know how in Nigeria the culture is you just wake up one day and you're like, I think I'm going to do this today. You enter taxi or you enter your car and you drive there, and that's it for you. In this country, nah. Except if you have a car, then it might be possible, but I highly doubt, but if you're depending on public transportation, then that's not going to work. Because if you book a ticket, let's say if you book a train ticket for Saturday on like a Wednesday, is a lot cheaper than if you book it on like Friday night, like you're being spontaneous. There's no spirit of spontaneity in this country, okay? Like, baby, you have to be like boxed up if you're trying to do like all these like surprise type of things, or you have to plan it ahead of time. If you don't plan it ahead of time, the same train ticket that was like, let me say, £10 for Saturday on a Wednesday, on Friday is going to be like, depending on where you're going to, it can get up to £60, can get up to £50, and you have to plan. That's that. But my number 6 point for you guys is your money will finish before the month's end. I know people will be like, oh, I budget, I know how I'm good with money, blah, 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 but shut up. It's going to finish, and the best thing for you to do is to plan it. I don't mean every single month. I mean when you just arrive, like the first month, the second month, your money is definitely going to finish before the month's end, because first of all, you're new, you don't know what's necessary and what's not necessary. You're going to buy every single thing because you feel, I need this thing, I definitely need this, I definitely need this, and you're going to buy stuff. So the best thing to do, what's wrong with me? I can't talk today. So the best thing to do when you just arrive is to sort of buy your groceries, buy your foodstuffs. All the foodstuffs you packed when you were coming, if you packed foodstuffs, they come in handy then. Pack all those things, make sure you're stocked up. So even if you go broke before the end of the month, you're not going to starve. Do you get? That's like a quick tip advice I have. So something else is have a bus pass as well. Have a bus pass, buy your groceries, cook. A bus pass is like transportation fare. So you don't need to be paying every single day if you just buy a bus pass when you're still rich. So towards the end of the month, when you're no longer as rich, you can still be getting to places that you usually get to. Example, work, example, school, those 2 places. The 7th thing I have for you is banks. You won't be able to open an account in at least a traditional bank for a while, because so if you came with like cash, or if you have an account in your local currency, you might have to like try to fix the dynamics of that for a while, because banks here need you to have like bills, a proof of address, and your proof of address, the only thing that guarantees proof of address in this place is your bills. Like if you pay the bills somewhere, then surely you live there, or that's your house, right? That's the way they reason it here. And the best solution to this is to have a digital bank. So you can open either Monzo or Sterling. These 2 banks are the most popular digital banks that are actually like okay, that are actually good to use. They don't need you to provide like proof of address or any of all these things. I think Monzo asks you to like make a video of yourself and say, oh, this is my name and I want to open a Monzo account, something like that, and then they just give you an account. After you do that for a couple of months, then by then you must have paid bills in your house, and you will now have something to show the actual bank that, you know, this is where I live, and then you can now open a traditional bank. However, I have known people that did not end up opening traditional banks. They just stayed with the digital banks because it worked for them. And to be honest, digital banks are very, very up to date these days. They calculate your spending, track your spending, and all that. So that's that. Number 8 point in this rant that I have is your lecturers will either be brutally honest to you, or they will smile and give you a subpar mark. So depending on how you receive it, it depends on how they will follow you. So if somebody is brutally honest to you the first time, and you act somehow, some type of way, they're not going to push it. They're not going to push it. They're just going to smile at you and give you what they think you're worth, if that makes sense to what I'm saying. So you need to be humble and accept criticism and do better next time. If they see that you're actually making an effort, then your relationship will get better, and things will get better. Number 9, my final point that I have to say is that you're going to look homeless in your first maybe 2 months, 1 month, especially if you're coming from a warmer region. So if you're coming from West Africa, if you're coming from Nigeria, if you're coming from any hot region in the world, really, you're going to look homeless in your first few months of staying here, because it's going to be a bit cold. So you're always going to be wearing hoodies, and you're always going to be wearing sweaters, as opposed to people that have lived here all their lives. They'll probably be wearing tank tops, crop tops, vests, and you'll be like, is this person not cold? No, they're not cold. Their body's already used to the temperature, and you're going to look a bit funny the first few months, like an immigrant that you are. That's not an insult. I don't think saying someone is an immigrant is an insult. I'm an immigrant. I don't know. But anyways, you're definitely going to look funny at first, but eventually you get a hang of it, and then you start dressing up and slaying. But yeah, that's just all the things I wish somebody told me as I was coming here. And yeah, I hope they are helpful to you. I know definitely they'll definitely be helpful to you when you start coming here, or when you come here eventually. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for staying till the end, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.